I'm Susan Sarandon. In the previous programs of Mythos, Joe Campbell explored first the source of myth in the human psyche, the soul. Using the stories and rituals of the American Indians, he next showed how myth provides a guiding path through the cycle of life from infancy to old age. He drew a sharp distinction between our spiritual lives and those of our ancestors, and spoke of the current loss of our own mythological foundations. In this program, Joe moves from the psychological origins of myth to the origins of human beings in prehistoric times. By tracing the development of our mythic symbols from our earliest ancestors forward, we begin to see the themes that link all of us together in what Campbell calls the one great story of humankind. Likewise, we begin to see how we are set apart and begin to understand the isolation that results from this separation. Campbell begins with the founding imagery of myth which emerges from our physical, our biological being.
The material of myth is the material of our life, the material of our body, and the material of our environment. And a living, vital mythology deals with these in terms that are appropriate to the nature knowledge of the time. The imagery of the human body is really the founding imagery of myth. This, I would say, is the basic image of mythology. The first experience of any body is the mother's body. And what Lévi-Brühl called participation mystique, this mystic participation between the mother and the child and the mother, is the final happy land. The earth and the whole universe as our mother carries this experience into the larger sphere of adult experience. And when one can feel oneself in relation to the universe in the same complete and natural way as that of the child with the mother, one is in complete harmony and tune with the universe. And I would say getting into harmony and tune with the universe and staying there is the principal function of mythology. The problem when societies develop out of the earlier primeval condition is to keep the individual in this participation mystique with the society. Now looking around, you see how little chance we have, particularly if you live, as I do, in New York. Also, in relation to this, we have the problem of the woman and the man in relation to mythological experience. In spite of what our new unisex movement is stating, the differences are radical from the very beginning to the end. And this is not a culturally conditioned situation. Here is an earlier little Madonna. This is one of Jane Goodall's chimpanzee friends. Now, one of the problems in the human development is that of the long infancy. The child, until 15 or so, is in a situation of dependency on the parents. And this attitude of dependency, the attitude of submission to authority, expecting approval, fearing discipline, this is the prime condition of the psyche. And it is drilled in. Also, the particular mores, the particular notions of good and evil and roles to play of the society are imprinted. What is born is a blank. It's a little biological creature living spontaneously out of its nature. But immediately it's born, the society begins putting its imprinting upon it. And the mother body and the whole attitude of the mother. You can have a gentle, loving mother, or you can have one who is resentful of the birth at all And then this conditions a whole psychological out-of-adjustment situation. I was surprised to hear from Jane Goodall that the young chimpanzee also has a long period of dependency on the mother. And one of the psychological problems of the chimp is the same as that which the human being faces, namely, after weaning and disengagement, to become actually psychologically disengaged from the mother. Now here's a mother with a child who has not become psychologically disengaged. This is the newborn little Merlin, and she's pregnant, ready for another birth. Here is a woman in New Guinea in exactly the same situation. Now, until very, very recently, the condition of the female in the human society has been that of service to the coming and maintenance of life, of human life. That's her whole function. The woman is in the role of the center and continuator of nature. The man is not. He has a very short and unimportant, finally, relationship to this whole problem. He has another set of concerns. Here go Jane Goodall's males out to work. Now,